guys, and welcome your face back to another video, the second one actually for today. In the previous one we was talking about do not be mad at Insomniac Games, so if you haven't yet seen that video, go ahead and check it out after this one. But in this video we're going to be talking about the new gameplay details that have been released, which at least to myself anyway have made me a whole lot more hyped up for this game. All the gameplay we've been seeing so far, again, and I've said it multiple times, just the fact that it's alpha footage is just mind-blowing. And tomorrow, I know for a Game Informer, we are actually going to get some more web swinging gameplay and possibly new screenshots as well, which is going to be super cool. But diving into the gameplay features situation, so this news actually comes from Andrew, who is the executive editor for Game Informer. So he went over to Twitter and started to talk about the most, I guess, requested question as a whole, which is about the full damage in the game. Now, if you guys remember, a while back, it actually was kind of a hot topic in the game, which is super weird, but a lot of people wanted to know. Now, he did say, regarding full damage in Spider-Man, the number one thing you were asking about, Insomniac hasn't determined if he will take the damage or not. Now, my personal opinion on this, and I've said this in multiple videos before, I feel full damage in the game is needed. I mean, even though we've not had it in previous Spider-Man games, you know, like The Amazing Spider-Man for example, having it in the game definitely gives you a whole different feel, and I guess skill is needed to some extent, because if you're having a fight on the top of the building for example, and you know they can kick you off and you're just going to fall all the way right back down and, you know, literally take 0 damage and just web your way back up, it kind of doesn't feel cool. I mean, I personally would like to, you know, go crashing down and actually take damage, because it adds that whole, you know, different perspective of a challenge really, and your skills become more relevant, and you really don't want to fall off the building then, you know, you really want to use your skill in that combat for instance, or if you're just genuinely web swinging around. But the alternative to that would be going off what we've been saying about the suit customization and, you know, upgrades etc. Maybe the more you upgrade the suit, obviously then essentially you more or less take 0 full damage, but like at the beginning when you don't have those upgrades, you basically take damage, and it's gonna make a huge difference to you and your gameplay experience. That's what I would like to see, but get in the comment section below and I guess let me know how you guys feel. Now, he then went on to another tweet which is talking just about general gameplay. So he said, new Spider-Man tidbit: as you swing around New York City, Peter's phone will sometimes come to life with audio, such as a talk show called Just the Facts with JJJ, brackets J. Jonah Jameson. So this is a really nice feature in my opinion, because it's better than just randomly getting news updates and crimes and whatnot around you, and I assume this is gonna have, you know, a whole lot of comedy to it, and I feel maybe that it actually won't just be facts for example, and it's gonna make you laugh as a whole. But that, you know, it's something different when you're just web swinging around New York City rather than getting the same repetitive news updates on how there's like a burglary, or just random updates on like what part of the story you know, you are in the game and what's currently going on in the city of New York. And he did say obviously that, you know, this is just one of them more or less, so God knows what else we're gonna get, but that is gonna be super cool to see. Now, going on to the final kind of details, which is about combat actually. So on the Game Informer, you know, coverage that they are doing, they basically released a whole list of what more or less almost all the buttons on your control actually do. So if you want to pause the video here and literally read what every single button does, you can go ahead and do that. But the thing I want to focus on right now is the slow motion effect, which just alone sounds absolutely crazy. So they did say holding down L2 makes everything go into slow motion so Spider-Man can aim for specific perches. This ability will likely lead to other maneuvers, but this was what we mainly used it for. So just kind of going off that, it would be great to see that in combat, especially when it's like some really intense combat, when there's a load of people literally trying to destroy you. If you instantly go into that slow motion mode, at least you got time to think and be skillful about it to some extent. I don't know if it will probably have like a cooldown kind of thing, I would imagine so, but either way it's great, especially if you're, web swinging super fast, because we know web swinging is actually gonna, take some skill to it. So if you're really going super fast through buildings and you're coming up to like a turning, maybe going into that slow motion will benefit you. And if there's like races in the game or whatever it could possibly be, mini games, that is gonna be super cool. And also we've seen in like the recent GIFs and gameplay videos that essentially he does have like a spider zipline kind of thing, where he shoots his web, runs up it, and then jumps into the air to kind of get some height, which again is just absolutely crazy. Now, moving on to the second to last thing I wanted to talk about, and this is personally one of my favorites, and it is the gadget wheels. So, as you guys can see on screen, it's nothing like brand new to an open world game. We see loads of open world games kind of have something similar to this, but from what we see here are three things. So we've got, of course, what is highlighted being the trip mine. Above that is a web icon. Now, it does say 6 out of 6, and I guess like what I'm imagining this to be is that spider grenade thing that I like to call it, where you shoot a villain and depending if they're near someone, it explodes, grab the guy next to him and literally webs them up together. Or in this gameplay we see in the background, if there's no one around them, it just instantly shoots them to the wall and just webs them up more or less, and traps them as a whole. And then obviously the trap mine, pretty self-explanatory, kind of like anything else. You walk up it and kabam, you're gonna get in yourself in a web more or less. And then we got something that looks to be like a missile. I don't really know what that is, but it does say 3 out of 3. But hey, either way, that is something great, because there's so many more like options still on this wheel that we haven't seen. So again, unlockables in the games, that's a really cool thing. Having something new to take down your enemies, and always making it challenging, experimenting with things, and just as a whole being the most either stealthiest person or just badass flat out going in there just causing chaos. Either way, it is gonna be absolutely insane. Now, also, I did forget to add this whilst talking about the cell phone situation, but taking selfies in the game. So from like screenshots we have seen recently, it does look like you can take selfies in the game. And if you didn't see the video I made with Caboose XBL, we was talking about like if you were able to take, the images off yourself with your cell phone and essentially sell it to like the Daily Bugle or whatever it may be. Just something to just feel, random but cool at the same time, because it would make sense as well, merging the normal world for, Peter Parker's life and not just the Spider-Man world. So merging two together, his cell phone is really important. So I feel like that probably will have, a bigger role than it ever has in any Spider-Man game, and it's only gonna make sense. And then going back to what Andrew did say, about random audio coming to life, like the little talk show thing, all of these little things are gonna have an impact. So guys, get in the comment section below and let me know what you think about everything we've seen so far about the gameplay features, I guess you could say. Now tomorrow, like I said, the Game Informer are gonna release another video where they're gonna be showcasing some more web swinging, so that's gonna be super interesting to see, because I want to see what type of skill it's gonna take. Is it gonna be just basic, web wherever you want? Because everyone's like, the main question is, what actually does Spider-Man like web himself to? Is it just the frickin' sky, or is it to a building? So again, going on all that challenge situation, this is another sector where it could have a big role. But guys, get in the comment section below and leave your thoughts and opinions. I'm super hyped up for this game. September the 7th, we are really close. Honestly speaking, do not feel we are far away, because realistically speaking, we are not. We got E3 coming around the corner. What I would really love to see is like a playable demo maybe at E3. That would be cool. But either way, at E3 they're definitely going to show something, and then that's another thing to get us even more hyped up. It guess like the whole theme about this demo situation I've seen you guys been talking about as well. Realistically speaking, it's not really gonna happen. It would be great if it did, but nowadays in just open world games as a whole, it's kind of considered rare, you know, when you compare like games back in the day. And it makes sense because I guess you want people to buy your game straight away and not play a demo and be like, okay, I'm happy with this, I actually don't want to buy the game now. So that's really what you don't want. But I mean, who knows what we are going to get. But that's going to wrap up the video here. Subscribe for more awesome content if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to check out the previous one. But until the next video, guys, have an awesome day and adios amigos.